Last year, I built my own world for Star Wars called the Dark Universe. This year, I thought I'd start a new universe, a more fantasy-driven one that will incorporate fantasy, sci-fi, steampunk, and anything else I can think of. This map will grow and more will be added as I expand this universe, and we will meet the residents, myths, and legends, and possibly monsters, of this strange faraway land. Welcome to Shambalshire. My name is Aaron, and you're watching Terrain by Aaron. For this build, I'm taking you to one of Shambalshire's driest places in the land, called Dry Tongue Desert, where it is rumoured to have a strange, mysterious person that he or she, as no one has ever actually spoken or seen this person's face. Now, the Shambalshire folk call this person Dr.Dr, not to be confused with another more famous doctor, who has saved the townsfolk on more than one occasion. Zapping in a blue box, lightning flying from what he calls a sonic screwdriver, then leaving before the townfolk can thank him. This Dr.Dr also has a strange device which emits sound waves that, when coupled to some machinery on his flying boat, can summon rain, wind and tornadoes. He has often been spotted in the desert summoning rain, wind, tornadoes. The townfolks leave him be, as he's actually not harming anyone and does bring them good luck by bringing the rain when the crops are thirsty. The curiosity of where he came from and who he is faded over time, but some folks say he is from another dimension. Some say he could be looking to get back home, as he's trying to harness the power of weather to catapult him back to his own world. We may never know his true backstory, and sometimes we don't need to know. Sometimes a person's past is the past, and it's what he does in the now that defines him. So that was the little backstory of the Dr.Dr, and so let me explain the build. So I started off with a toy boat that I cut down and then added some stirring sticks just for the decking, and now I'm just rummaging through a bag of greeblies looking for goodies to start making the boat. And one eagle-eyed subscriber will know these are the bits he kindly donated to the channel. He reached out asking if I wanted a care package, and I said absolutely. Cheers, Steve. It's fantastic, and I'm still going through all this stuff. He also is a kit basher who has made some awesome spaceships, which I'm pretty jealous of. And if you have any bits you want to get rid of, hit me up. We can come to some arrangement. So these grey bits that I'm sticking on the side are probably from a Warhammer kit. My apologies to die-hard hammerists. That is a toy truck I'm using as a cabin for the boat. Then I fail spectacularly at trying to use the other half's medieval crimping toothpaste machine. I think the styrene was a little too thick, a bit like me. And yes, it took me a moment to work out and realise that it was too thick before I swapped the styrene for something thinner. Raiding the greenhouse, which is odd because we don't own a greenhouse. I found this garden wire I'll use as piping. I'll leave a strip dangling from either side. I'll come back to that in a bit. My attention span then moved to the bow, or is that stern, of the ship. I used something I had two of to fill holes. More Warhammer greeblies added as engines, if I can finally decide where I want to place them. So I decide that I'm going to chop it in half because it's matches, and I'll use two either side just above the orange engine bits. Does that make sense? What I should have said is one becomes two. I think this piece was from a tank, I'm not sure. It's now becoming some kind of plasma tunnel that fuels the engines, and I really need to get out more. These boxes are from my alien plastic model kit. Kit bashing is really about using anything that takes your fancy. And what is fancy is how I can throw names on the screen right now of awesome subscribers who have left comments. I know you hear it all the time, but it does help my channel get noticed by YouTube, so please don't stop. The more interaction I get on videos, the more YouTube pushes the videos to a wider audience. So don't forget to tell all your friends. This looks like a scope from, I don't know, probably a Nerf gun or something. So what I'm going to do is attach this, which is from something, and then it's going to be some sort of, I don't know, sonar sort of radar signaling thing. Either way, I'll put it down, forget about it, and move on to something else. Just like this bit. This is a bit of styrene that I've poked a hole in it, and that's going to be the front of the truck, which isn't a truck anymore because it's a ship's cabin. Come on people, work with me. The radar I forgot about 2 shots ago now gets attached to the top of the cabin, and we'll just have a little look at the progress so far. So that's how the boat is looking. I have no idea what this is, but it looks to me like something you would summon rain or thunder from, so it's getting attached to the hole I made in the windscreen. Some more bits from Warhammer get stuck down onto the boat. This is yet another bag from the care package that Cynical Manx sent me, and these are barrels which I'm going to try and get fixed together. While the barrel's dry, I've got these emblems on the side that I've got to hide, and I'm just going to use half a barrel just to cover it up. Genius. The garden wire finally has a home as I attach a barrel to it. I'm going to start bulking out, oops, here we go. I'm going to start bulking out the back end of the engines because this is a flying boat, so I just need bits and pieces to add to it. Those bits and pieces come in the shape of Nerf guns. These are the front ends, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to also add a rudder from a piece of, I don't know, plastic that came from the same care package. Because this is a flying boat, it needs wings for the sides. A little desert diorama. I borrowed a placemat from our dining room table and cleverly hid what it was from the other half by using some Vallejo sand texture paint. To make the cute mini tornadoes, I used tinfoil, shaped it, and then glued cotton wool around it. I see, you want to see how I struggled to make this, don't you? Okay, so tear a piece of tinfoil off. And then with my chubby monkey hands, I tried to form it into some sort of tornado shape. I cannot actually confirm what a tornado looks like because I'm just going by the movie Twister. Once you have the shape, then start to glue fingers to the tinfoil and cotton wool and just wrap it around the tinfoil. Yeah, here we go. This is not good. I'm going to zap through this because it's embarrassing. Place a little toupee on top of the tornado and there you have it. That's how I made my little mini tornadoes. Bloody hell, we're at the spinny wheel and no code word. Let's drop one quick. If you want to comment, leave this code word in the comments so I know you're a watcher and not a peeper. And the code word is... Oh, I've bought this rust colour that I'm going to slap down on certain areas of the boat. Now, I'm not going to go hard on the weathering, it's just going to be slightly there. As that paint's dry, I finally remember that I do have chipping medium that I'm going to use and I'm going to apply over the rust colour. I'll start with the decking first and use just a, I think it's a Vallejo tan brown or something, all for the decking. I'm going way out of my painting happy place and I'm using purple for the cabin. Decide to use the same purple for the paddles, I do apologise, but I decide I don't like that colour and change it later on. For the roof, I'm going to use a light blue, so then once the little bit of weathering comes through, it looks like it's been sun-baked. Just use some metallic silver just to dry brush over the zappy bit at the front. I'm going to use a greyish white for the panels at the side of the boat. Use a little yellow for the propellers at the front. I'm going to use a pokey ear stick dipped in water to start to release the chipping medium and slowly start to get some weathering on that roof, which has surprisingly worked out really well. You can see I repainted the paddles on the side of the boat, and again I'm using a pokey ear stick just to bring some of that rust through on the edges. It was time to assemble and put the roof onto the boat. And that is how I made Dr.Doctor's flying weather making boat. Glamour shots are next. Please like, subscribe and all that YouTubery stuff. And until next time, keep scratching that build everybody. Thanks for watching.